Hello, guys. This fully funded master's scholarship in Canada covers everything. And this is the MasterCard Foundation fully funded scholarship at McGill University in Montreal, Canada. As you can see on your screen, covers full tuition, everything covered, winter associate cost, health dental insurance, pre-arrival expenses, medical expenses. So you get all your visa fees, flight tickets, and everything covered through and through. Then you get a personal allowance, you get book supplies, free housing, free food, you get a laptop, winter clothing. So it covers everything through and through. So if you get the scholarship, or should I say, when you get the scholarship, you wouldn't have to worry about anything at all. Fortunately, about 6 people from this YouTube channel got this scholarship last year. So let's double or even triple the number. Let's dominate the scholarship, right? Since it seems we have the magic code. And this is what we're going to be talking about today, how to apply for the MasterCard scholarship at McGill University, Canada. So as I said initially, a number of people actually won this scholarship on this channel. This is one of the award letters where I got the different things that the scholarship covers. So you can see, I think this scholarship letter came in on the 26th of March this year, and this student has now resumed at McGill University with this MasterCard scholarship. So you can see it is real, and it's just to show that it is possible if you put your mind to it. Yes, it is competitive, but it is not impossible. It also shows that on this channel, we do not just make mouth, we actually have evidence. We have people from this channel who have used our materials and actually got this fully funded scholarship. And most importantly, it is free of charge. So the idea is to give access to everyone, regardless of the background you're coming from, that you have materials to work with to achieve these scholarships. So enough of the stories, let's go into how to apply. So I have filled the application form for you, or showing you tips on how to fill the application form. You're going to write like 5 essays, and I'm here to show you tips on how to write those essays. Um, these similar tips were useful for those who applied last year. The tips have been adjusted to suit the questions being asked this year. So the questions were changed. The question last year, this is the video I did last year. The question last year's were tweaked this year, but I have updated my tips um, to be in tune with the questions of this year. So I've got you through and through. If you've not subscribed at this point, what are you waiting for? So here we talk about fully funded scholarships from around the world. So look around. I'm sure you find something that catches your interest. So hello, if you're new, subscribe now. If you're a returning viewer, returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. Thanks for the constant support, and I hope you get a scholarship sooner than later. So straight into the business. McGill University MasterCard scholarship. What do we need to know? So it's a very simple process. You check your eligibility, apply for the scholarship first. I hope this is very important. I hope you can hear me. Apply for the scholarship first, and when you're pre-screened, then you're invited to apply for one of the eligible courses. So it means you're not going to McGill University and applying for a course yet. No, you're applying for the MasterCard scholarship first, then you're pre-selected, and then you're sent to McGill to apply for the course, one of the eligible courses. And it is when you're pre-selected that you are given an application fee waiver. So most Canadian universities require an application fee. But if you're pre-screened and pre-selected for the scholarship, your application fee is waived, and that's a very big relief. So you should take advantage of that. So remember, do not apply directly. Apply first for the scholarship, and then you're invited and assisted to apply to McGill. So let's check the eligibility quickly. For the eligibility criteria, you can see here you need to be admissible to one of the McGill courses. Don't apply yet, as I said. You'll see the courses shortly. But you should have the qualification that will qualify you for admission at McGill. Then you've never done a master's before. So for those with a master's already, I'm sorry, you cannot apply for this. Go and look for a PhD or something. You cannot apply for this position. It's for those fresh people who do not have a graduate degree already. And this scholarship is for those from the African continent. You should have a passport that will enable you to apply for a Canadian student visa. You should have good record of leadership and service. You will see why that is important very soon. You should demonstrate that you want to do something for your home country, to give back to your home country. So most of the essays you're going to write show how they connect to your community, to the country you're coming from. And you need to be less than 35 as at the time of the application. It is said here that the first class would improve your chances. It doesn't mean that you have to get a first class or do not apply at all. It's not saying that this position is just for first class students. Rather, it's saying that a first class will improve your chances. So if you have a second class, what do? It means your essays have to be strong, your volunteer experiences have to be strong, your leadership experience is solid. I hope that is clear. That will help you supplement whatever you've lost from not getting a first class. So they're not saying only first class, they're saying first class will help. I hope that's clarifies it. So these are the different eligible courses: things in animal science, things in bioresource engineering, and biostatistics, food technology, human nutrition, global health, and public policy. So there are non-thesis program and thesis program. Just go to the university website or the link, you understand the difference between the thesis and non-thesis. You can choose any of them, or just one course. I don't think you're allowed to choose multiple courses. Choose the one that best align with your area of interest. And these are the countries eligible. Long list here. So of course, these are things you can, I think, come up with on your own or read up on your own. Let's go to the nitty-gritty, the essays. So you'd click on this and it sends you to this form. So I've tried to fill the form. It's like a dummy form, with regular information about yourself, biodata, and the rest of them. And that's already filled. One thing you should not do is to leave one of the um, one of the squares or brackets empty. What does that mean? If it doesn't apply to you, if you do not have a middle name, you can put n/n. So not applicable. Because if you leave one of these things blank, one of these boxes blank, and try to move to another page, it tells you that there is something you've not responded to. So if it doesn't even apply to you, just put, let's go back there. Where is it? n/a, and that will make you fulfill the requirements. So they ask about things like dual citizenship and other things. If it's not it is not applicable to you, remember to put n/a and move on, unless you'll be stuck at that page. So this is page 1. Let's move on. Page 2, very simple. Just show that you qualify, you meet all the requirements. And move on. Let's go to 3. So here you select the course you're interested in. And I've done that already. I've chosen public policy. Now about the university you graduated from, your class, is it first class, second class, third class, and the rest. And then here there's a bit of a problem. So here they said you should put your GPA or CGPA or just your grade. So here I kept 3.5, and I want to say 3.5 over 4. But the problem here is it doesn't allow me to put any non-numeric characters. So it just has to be numbers. So I put that sign, the slash, it flags it. What if I put this, it flags it? So what do? I think I'll just put this number here, 3.4, even though it says please include the grading scale. So how do you include the grading scale if you can't put any other non-numeric characters? Well, I'll show you what to do. There is a trick you can do towards the end of the form that will enable you to indicate the total of the state GPA. Is it over 4? Is it over 5? Is it over 20? How do you write this? Because we can't do it like this, as I said. It said invalid. So then you can go through these other ones yourself. Let's move. Yes, this is it, the essays. As I said, I did a video last year on this, and this is the video last year. This is the essay section. Here it's a little bit green, here it's orange, so one slight difference. But the questions are also slightly different. Let me show you what I mean. Let's go to one of the questions here. I think it's for question. So this is for last year. If you have time, please go through this as well. The questions are similar but a little bit different. So look at the first question last year. Describe why you have chosen your intended program of study at McGill University and how you foresee this program to impact your short and long term personal and career goals. So that's the first question. But that is not the first question here. The first question here is how would being a MasterCard scholar at McGill University support your development personally and professionally? Please provide an example for each. Great. So the questions are a little bit, you can see it's a little bit different. So what do you do? Here they said personal and professional. For personal, it means things that affect you as a person. Well, that might not help a lot, but let's give an example. For instance, you can say the MasterCard Scholars Foundation would leave the financial burden off you for funding your graduate studies that you do not have left on your own. You do not have the resources, the financial resources to fund your graduate studies because your personal finances are not buoyant enough to fund it, even though you've been very enthusiastic about graduate studies. So this scholarship is coming at the right time to save you of that financial burden. And say additionally, the scholarship will cover your finance, your living expenses, finance your studies and cover living expenses. So finance your studies. So apart from lifting the burden of funding yourself, that's paying your fees and every other associate cost. Now it's also covering living costs and even transport, you know, visa cost, transport cost from your home country to Canada. That's a major relief, a major personal relief to your pocket and your finances and the finances of your family. So I think that's the personal support it will provide. Then I could also mention that you're from a very humble background. I wouldn't have been able to fund any of these without assistance. So a personal relief. Then what about your professional support? For professional supports, you can mention that this scholarship would expose you to like minds, to other scholars, the wonderful alumni network, and to the faculty at McGill University. So this is your um, professional benefits. So like minds, other scholars where you can rub minds with them, network with the alumni, engage with faculty, engage with the university staff. So you can also say professionally, this scholarship will help you with a graduate degree that will help with your career progression. Say you need a promotion in your place of work or you need a new career, you need to start a consultancy, but you need that extra career development, a career push that would help you attain these heights. And this MasterCard scholarship that will provide you with a master's degree at McGill University is that extra leverage, that stepping stone you need for your career progression, for that promotion, for that push you need to attain your career goals. So personal finance helps you with your finance, that's a financial burden. Professional helps you with network and helps you with a degree that would help an exposure for your career progression. So the next one is describe why you have chosen your intended program of study at McGill. How do you foresee this program impacting your short and long-term personal and career goals? I think this question was there last year. That was actually the first question of the essay last year. And I said, yeah, check Chevening essays. That's why study these courses on career plan. So Chevening, another scholarship, but here in the UK, often ask a similar question. So it's a good thing to check the Chevening essays on the courses selected and career plan. But I've made it very easy for you. I've just straight written straight pointers on what to do instead of you checking the Chevening videos. So I've written the points here. So what do you do? What skills do you intend to acquire from the master's program you chose? So go to the website of the course you've chosen. You can always go there through, where is it? Yeah, this eligibility tab. If you click on one of these, I think it takes you to the course, I believe. If it doesn't take you there, you can always just Google this course. So copy this course, put it on Google, McGill University, and you get the course page. It doesn't take you to these links do not take you to the course page. Then read the course page and see the skills that you would learn or the skills you acquire while taking that course. So you need to check those skills. I remember, do not copy and paste from the university website. That's plagiarism. Read it through and then write it in your own words that through this course I will acquire so skills in this field of study. Then mention the facilities and professors. Mention some facilities, maybe one or two professors in the program that you hope to work with. So again, you get this information by checking the program website, and I've shown you how to do that. If that link doesn't link to your program, put it on Google and then type McGill University. So for instance, Animal Science Sustainable Engineering, McGill University, type that on Google. It takes you there to your program page. Read through, you see the academics there, you see the facilities, you see the modules. Very important. Then how does it help your short-term, long-term career goal? So what do you intend to do immediately after your program? So that should be your short-term goal, like internship or return to your former role while seeking for a promotion or start putting your documents together to apply for a PhD. So these are things you can do like short-term after you've graduated. And then your long-term big goals should be like maybe vie for a political position or appointment, start a company, or aim to be a top researcher in your field, probably after you've gotten a PhD or something. Then show how the skills you've learned from this MSc or the skills you will learn would help you with both this short and long-term goal. So, for instance, if you want to do a PhD, I want to be like a professor in public policy, you would say the skills you learn from your MSc in public policy. You mentioned the skills like policy analysis, like how to write a dissertation, like environmental policies, issues of environmental policy, global best practices. These will furnish you with skills on how to excel as a PhD student because you would need a master's to do a PhD, all things being equal. Especially if you're going to stay in Canada, or even if you're going to the US, this MSc from this university would help you, especially if you get a very good grade, would help you with your PhD admissions, things like that. So you can say, oh, this will also be a stepping stone to your internships. It will be easy to get an internship with a good master's degree from McGill, where you've learned several skills. You mentioned the skills, as I said. These skills will help you get good internship role or help you with promotion at your place of work. So now you're not just returning as somebody with a BSc. Now you're returning with an MSc from a Canadian university. That's wonderful. That will help in your promotion. Probably just get like a managerial role or something bigger. So mention particularly how the MSc program will help you with your short term and long term. And of course, I've not said this. Pay attention to the word count. I think they said 250 to 350 each. Yes. And I think this box would actually stop working when you exceed the word count. I think so, but I'm not sure. You can check it on your own. And of course, do not write in bullet points. Write it in full sentences, full paragraphs. This is just, for example, just pointers. And one reason why I'm not writing in full sentences is because some people will just copy and paste without any correction. And of course, I do not want to put you in any plagiarism danger. So just give you points and then you write around these points according to your creativity, according to your own inspiration at the end of the day. So the next question is asking about your leadership experience. Using past and current experiences, describe an instance where you showcased leadership. So this is the classic STAR method or the STAR L method. So if you're not familiar with the STAR method, is about you describe, we have to be very specific. The S is the situation. So where did it occur? Situation. Of course, I didn't write situation there, but you get the point. So situation. So where did it occur? So mention the country, the local government, the school. Where did you carry out that leadership activity? So T is for the task. So what was the problem? What was the problem that you that needed to be solved. What was the problem that needed to be solved? For instance, there's this devastating issue of flooding in northern Nigeria. Or you could say it's malnutrition, you could say it's data safety or online safety. So we can use flooding, for instance, that there was a major flooding incident in your state of origin, several people affected, millions of people affected, even dozens of deaths as well. So there was a need for rapid rescue efforts to relocate displaced people and things like that. So that kind of thing, that is the problem at hand. That's the task. So A is for action. Let's see, action. Action is what steps did you take to improve the situation. So it could be something like fundraising. You moved about, probably joined a team and you raised some amount of money. You can say, oh, you were coaching others on online safety, you were teaching others on cyber literacy or digital literacy. Rescue operations, probably you joined Red Cross or somebody to rescue those affected by the flood, those trapped in their houses and things like that. So then the R is for results. Results. So people say report as well, but I think result is a stronger word. So how many people were approximately, um, how many people approximately were positively affected by your work? So give like a number, like, oh, this flood affected like maybe it 200,000 people, and we're able to cater for them and give them food, clothing, and shelter, something like that. So give an estimate of the amount of what the impact to show that your action actually achieved something. Then the L, a number of people forget the L. This might stand you out. What did you learn from this leadership experience? You can say you learned the resilience, the need for teamwork, you learned boldness, you learned to be audacious, so things like that. Let's move to the next question. Give a brief overview of your community involvement or volunteer engagement. What motivated you to seek involvement, lead, or participate in these activities? So we've already said a number of, or at least one here, and I think you should just give one experience or two solid experiences because you have just 300 words here. So one or two will be fine. If it is one, that will be a very strong one, very, very strong. Two, that's sufficient. So here, what do you do? I think you should bring in a third because it would be weird to just repeat yourself here. So what do you do? I think you should begin from what motivated you to join like a volunteer group or to get involved in a community program. So what motivated you could be like a bad experience from the past. For instance, if you're talking about how you volunteered to teach students, out of school students or out of school girl child, you might say for you, you had a very bad experience as you were growing up. Probably as a girl child, you went to stay with a relative that didn't send you to school on time. Fortunately, another relative was able to help you to get you good education. That you do not want another child to experience that bad experience of not going to school on time. So something like that, probably from a bad experience you had, motivated you to prevent it from happening to another person. It could just be from sympathy. So you're not directly affected by this, not in your past, not in your present, but you cannot just sit back and watch other people suffer, sit back and watch them struggle. So because of empathy, you're moved to do something about that too. Either intervene in a flood situation to help distribute relief materials, to help teach students of orphan students or something like that. Give just creative examples. So it could even be that you're a wounded healer. A wounded healer means you are also affected. For instance, in this flooding issue, that you might have been affected by the flood, but you do not just want to cater to your family alone and rescue them, but haven't found a safe haven for your family. You also think about your neighbors. There's an old neighbor there who is trapped in a house. There's another man down the street who was injured by the flood. There's somebody else there. Yes, you're affected by this incident, but you feel you can still use this opportunity to help other people. So your own experience, present experience, showed you the enormity of the problem, and you've been able to help yourself, but you feel obliged to also help others. get out of this situation. So this is a good example. The flood is a very good example of that. And what activity? Of course, you mentioned the activity. A very good example is the flood. It has to be community oriented, where you have them to reach out to other people, usually as opposed to something small, like your place of work or something more public, if that makes sense. Let's go to the next one. I think we have two more. Reflecting on your journey, why do you believe that you would be a good candidate? What are some of the skills and attributes that you would bring to the scholars community on campus? I think this question was actually asked last year, and it's a very good question. So, what do you bring to campus? Why are you a good candidate? So, first of all, I think you have to show that you're academically sound because this is a scholarship. Yes, it's going to help those with financial need, that's true. But they're not just giving random people thousands of dollars to come and study. You have to possess the academic qualification. So flaunt your academic um, achievement. What prizes did you win? What prizes did you get? What was your final GPA? Things like that. So flaunt it. Show that you're a good student. That I'm a good candidate for this because I qualify. I meet the academic requirement. I got a BSc first class, BSc second class upper. I got this prize in class. I did this. I did that. So make that clear. Then show general attributes like you're eager to learn new things, eager to meet people and network. So it shows you as an outgoing person that when you're there, you'll not be locked up in your room doing your own thing, or you're there engaging with the campus community, meeting new people, joining clubs. And I think that's my third point. So campus sports and beneficial games, sound mind and body. So sound mind for the academic stuff, you're reading and you're trying to pass the exams, but also sound bodies, you're engaging in the exercises, whether it's swimming, whether it's chess playing, table tennis, you're joining the debate club, you're joining the hiking club. I think it might be a good thing to go to the McGill website and check the different student clubs and see which one you think you can join and mention them here that getting to McGill, I would like to join this club, I would like to join that club at the end of the day. And that's part of your contribution towards the scholars community. So I hope that's clear. So academic achievements, you're personally outgoing, want to meet people, network with new people, learn new things, learn a new language. And by the way, McGill is in the French-speaking parts of Canada in Montreal. So probably learn a new language as well to be an excellent place to learn French. So yeah, I think you should take that up as well. Then campus sports, clubs, societies. Very important. I think this is the last question. If you were given the opportunity to improve on one skill to contribute to your transformative leadership, what would it be? So I think this is a way of asking about probably your weakness that you're trying to work on. I think this is a sly way of asking about this. And they asked this same question last year, but they mentioned weakness. They used the word weakness here. And I think that's the same they're trying to hint at here, but with different wording. So here I said time management, that you're trying to beat procrastination, working very hard to, and you think you need to, the reason why you tend to procrastinate is because of the lack of confidence. So here you intend to build your confidence that Maggie is going to be a very vibrant and competitive environment that will spur you into action. So you want to cultivate better time management skills, and with a network of friends and faculty and the assignments you need to do, these will help you to sit up at the end of the day and to get things done because you have deadlines and there'll be lots of requirements on you academically as well. So time management skill is something you want to learn and improve upon. You could also mention your challenge with time management, that has why you procrastinate sometimes, probably because of imposter syndrome, because of lack of confidence, and you hope to work on this. And I think this program would actually help you to do that. Another thing you can mention, they said one though, but you can mention if procrastination is not your thing, yours might just be about collaboration. Probably if you're like me and you are like a lone wolf, so you like working on your own to, get things done on your own. Why it is actually an advantage because if you're self-reliant, you're less of a burden to other people. That's good. But there's a time where you need to collaborate and cooperate with other people. And you might just need to cultivate that habit, even though you're like a loner or an introvert. So in this particular point, I'm talking to you just the same way I'm talking to myself because, to be honest, I think I like working alone. But most times, I think, not most times, sometimes I think it's good to be outgoing, to work with other people. So there's a proverb here saying, if you want to go quick, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. So I think that can also inspire you if you're like me, who likes doing their own thing without um, disturbing other people. So you just say, yes, I pride myself as being self-reliant. I get things done, whether it's my work, my assignments, school assignments, whether it's my personal things, and I do not like burdening others. But I've come to notice that there are some tasks that are best accomplished while working with others as opposed to working with it alone. So looking for like minds doing the same thing would help improve the outcome. It could even give a very solid example, like studying, for instance, that um, bringing together a study group. So a number of intelligent students coming together once in a while to exchange notes, to read together. That would be very beneficial than just hiding somewhere under under your bed reading alone without interacting with other people. So these are some of the issues. Time management, collaboration. Of course, you can come up with your own creative answers. This is just an example to help you. And that is it. These are just, this is very important. This is very, very important. We shouldn't gloss over this. When you're done with the essays, remember to send your recent CV and your academic transcript to this email address. So it will be a very big tragedy if you do all these essays, you do all these things, and you forget to send your CV and transcript to this email address. It's just a waste of time. And those essays are already tasking in their on their own. So imagine doing all that without sending this document. So make sure you send these documents to this email address. Very important. So now you've acknowledged that you will do so. Please do not forget to do so. Your academic transcript and your CV. By the way, there's a video on this YouTube channel on how to write an academic CV. I'll probably put a link to it as well to help you do that. So let's move on. Two academic referees, their names, their email address, phone numbers. Very clear, no need of further details. So what do we do here? Just attestation. Attestation, yes. I agree, we agree, we agree. So are there any additional comments that you would like us to consider while reviewing your application? So this is where you can say, by the way, my grade is 3.5 over 4. I was not able. I was unable to fully impute this in the initial prompt. So you see what I did here? When they asked earlier, what did you score, your GPA, your grade, the the box that did not allow us to put a slash. So here, make it clear that that's 3.5 I put there is over 4, not over 5, just to make it clear. Of course, you can use this to write other things that you still got lots of space. So you can add other kinds of information you think will stand you out. You can sometimes reiterate what you said in your essays, but very briefly, like a young professional from a very humble background, good results, good leadership experience, looking for this extra push that would help you amplify your contribution to your community, that would help you with your career goals. So that might help. So once again, they're reminding you to send your transcript to this email address, and it should indicate your email should email subject should include your transcript, first name, last name, application, supporting document. Okay. So let's read the information in full. In order to complete your McGill University application, you'll be granted a fee waiver. Okay, that's good. If you're found eligible for the scholarship, good, and you meet the minimum requirements for your intended program of study, that's good. So we'll use the information within this form and your most recent transcript to determine your eligibility. Please ensure that you send your most recent academic transcript to by email to this address. Then email subject, we read that already, so yeah, that's good. So you agree to the pre-screened for a fee waiver. And I think this is actually the end of the form. You click on submit, and then you get you get the scholarship form to them, and that is it really. So it's we went through all the different boxes, all the things you need to fill, and especially the essays. I think that's the make or break of this application, to be honest. And of course, you submit your transcript on your CV. Well, this is often the make and break, the make or break of your application. So take time to do this. So we can go back here to check the deadline as well. The deadline is October 25th. So you have about a month. Yeah, a month to put all these things together. So your essays, you need to have your transcripts, you need to have your CV, and remember your references as well. 2 references. So by now you should have probably contacted them or trying to contact them and tell them that you're applying for the scholarship and you want to put their names and phone numbers and contact details on the form. So by now you should be making that effort to contact them. So I hope this was useful, guys. Just to remind you once again what we're dealing with here. It's a fully funded master's scholarship sponsored by the MasterCard Foundation at McGill University. So just take a look, one last look at what it contains. Everything: tuition, transport, visas, clothing, accommodation, food, laptop, just name it. This is a wonderful opportunity, and I cannot wait to celebrate you. We got about 6 of these last year. Why not make it 12 this year? Why not make it more? Why not win all the opportunities? So as usual, guys, we cannot wait to celebrate you. So get to work. If you've not subscribed, I honestly do not know what you're waiting for, because many more opportunities like these are coming your way. So you do not subscribe, you probably will not even see me again and lose out on this opportunity. As usual, we cannot wait to celebrate you. So get to work, and I will see you at the top sooner than later. Bye bye for now, and hopefully in the coming months, you'll be one of the winners of this scholarship. Cheers. Bye bye.